It's a beautiful day to go birding and stick your head underwater. Today we're going to be learning about 5 of my favorite waterfowl, plus a bonus deck. Let's learn about some fowl ends, shall we? And no, not the stinky kind. Well, they can be sometimes, but I still love them anyway. Let's jump right in. First up, we have the magnificent wood duck. This male is in full breeding plumage, showing off his stunning colors. Unlike most waterfowl, wood ducks nest in trees, and their ducklings jump from their tree nest sometimes over 50 feet down, just a day or two after hatching. How crazy is that? Females typically make loud squealing calls like "ooeek, ooeek," while males produce soft wheezing whistles that rise in pitch. Next on the list is the Ruddy Duck. And yes, it made it on my favorites list mainly because of that bright blue bill. Now, the name Ruddy comes from its rich rusty brown color, but there's a fun twist. It's also been called that due to how it uses that stiff, upright tail like a rudder to steer while swimming. Something else that's pretty fascinating is that Ruddy ducks lay big eggs, and I mean the largest of all duck eggs relative to body size. Ruddy ducks, both male and female, are generally not very vocal. During courtship, males produce a distinct belch-like sound, often accompanied by bill slapping and tail raising displays. Females use a higher-pitched call to ward off males and a nasal-like call to communicate with their young. Now, I know what you're thinking. This Bufflehead looks really bland compared to the last couple of waterfowl. Kind of black and white? But just you wait. Boom. In the right light, during the right season, the dull-looking head turns into a shimmering rainbow. Greens, purples, even copper. It's like a oil slick meets a disco ball. This is a male in full breeding plumage. That iridescence absolutely pops. Did you know that buffleheads are secondary cavity nesters? Or, just like the wood duck, they can rely on nest boxes to breed. Males often give a grating or chattering call during their head-bobbing courtship displays. Females give a guttural cook, cook, cook call when circling around potential nest sites. This is the northern shoveler, aka the living ladle out of the duck world. This bird is awesome. Just look at that huge bill. It's not just for show. They're dabbling ducks well known for their filter feeding techniques, thanks to their specialized bill. They skim the water's surface, sucking water in and pushing it out through a lamellae using their tongue. Doing this traps tiny prey like zooplankton, crustaceans, aquatic insects, and seeds. Males give a wheezy tuk-tuk during courtship, in flight, and when alarmed, while females make a nasal-sounding quack, typically during courtship and throughout the breeding season. For our 5th waterfowl, meet the cinnamon teal, a duck that looks like it swam straight out of the sunset. That deep reddish-brown hue, that's the male in full breeding plumage. It's a rich, burnished tone that stands out in any wetland. Cinnamon teals are dabblers, often tipping forward in shallow water to feed on seeds and aquatic vegetation. You'll usually spot them feeding quietly among the reeds or gliding along the edges of the wetland. Fun fact, their eyes are bright red, almost glowing when you catch them in the bright light. These ducks aren't very vocal, but the male may occasionally produce a low chattering, while the female quacks. Okay, bonus bird time. And this one's not actually a duck. Meet the pied-billed grebe, a super small, round-bodied diver that's one of the most efficient little hunters on the water. Don't let the size fool you. I once watched it devour a full-sized crawfish like it was nothing. They can eat fish, snakes, crustaceans, and all kinds of underwater prey. Pied-billed grebes have an extremely variable vocal repertoire. Among the most commonly heard sounds are a long, loud, rhythmic series of bleating whoops, coos, and gulping cook notes. Also rippling, chuckling chatter. Thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, which one was your favorite?